Hey, y'all. I just got home from the Twisted Timbers Media Day. Had a great time. First, want to thank King's Dominion and Cedar Fair for putting on such a good event. They really rolled out the red carpet for us. We got free admission, all the rides we wanted on Twisted Timbers, and even a free buffet, so it was really good. So my thoughts on Twisted Timbers. It was a fun ride. Just to summarize, it was a really fun ride. One thing I want to say before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this is that it was a really cold day. When I left my house, it was about 28 degrees. I think by the time I got to King's Dominion, it was about 35 or so. And the ride hasn't opened yet to the public. It's not opening until tomorrow. So I think it will definitely pick up its pace as it gets warmer outside and as it breaks in. But with that being said, it's a fun ride. I've already heard some chatter online about it being a disappointment, and that's just not the case. It's a good ride from start to finish. So just to run through it, or one thing I do want to mention is that the ride has a very strict no loose articles policy. You can't bring hats in the queue. You can't bring anything loose, any cameras, GoPros, anything like that. So just be aware that they do have lockers nearby. Fortunately, today for us, they were free. And as you wind through the queue, you can see here that you really get a chance to get some good shots of the ride, and it interacts well with the queue, which is going to be fun for the people waiting in line. So the ride itself, it starts, of course, with the barrel roll drop, which is a lot of fun. Every time I rode 8 times, all in the back, in the last 2 cars, usually in the back seat. So there's nice hang time there. The only thing I really don't like about the drop is that I prefer a straight drop to start a ride with. So it's kind of fun to be rolling, but then all of a sudden you're at the bottom of the hill and it's kind of over with. So, but then from there on out, it just hauls. It goes into those 3 airtime hills. They're all great. In my mind, I think the second and third ones you can see right here are the best ones. And there's kind of a double dip coming out of the third one, which is the only place on the ride really maybe that there might be a little bit of roughness. It's not rough by any means, but it's certainly a little shaky or something there. And then you go through that, I guess, what are we calling it? The rollover or the cutback element, which is fun. And then my favorite part of the ride is actually right after that until you go through the lift hill. The trick track double up is a lot of fun. And then their drop going right before you go through the turn that goes under the lift hill, the drop going into that is excellent. It's got great air time, and there's a head chopper there, which is really surprising. And then when you go in that turn, you can really hear the cars trying to like shudder to make their way through that turn. So, and then finally you go through an inversion, which I like because it wasn't going super fast, but it was going fast enough that you could savor the hang time in that inversion. And then finally, you have 2 more little bumps, and you hit the brakes. And I can tell you, on the first ride, everyone in my car was like, yeah, that was great, that was awesome, that was a really good ride. And I myself thought it was better than I expected it to be. So Kings Dominion really has a winner on their hands here with this ride. I think the public is going to like it a lot. I think it's going to be one of their best rides, certainly in the top 3 with Volcano and Intimidator. So good job to them. Thanks a lot to them for having me today. Thanks for the food. Thanks for all the good times. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.